It was going on, everyone was going on. We're kicking off another week in the market, second week in December. We're gonna talk about our weekly watch list for the week of Monday the 9th today through Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th. All right. Anyway, all right, let's kick it off. So last week, what did we see? Obviously, as you saw the market sell off quite hard on Tuesday. Just I mean, it actually sold off Monday, then continued on obviously on Tuesday as well. Found that support. SPY found that support in 307s, and then just had a nice rip to the upside all week, closing up almost 8 points into the close on Friday's session. Clearly a nice fabricated manufactured move by the boys, across the board. A lot of large caps, followed as normally it does, and then obviously found some nice amazing buying opportunities where obviously a lot of institutions, uh, you know, took place in the move to scoop solid shares and pushed up, some nice moves to the upside. Shopify was actually one of them. I think they closed up almost like 66, 67 points, something like that from its lows from the beginning of last week's sell-off. So it gave a lot of opportunity for some very solid value buying into the week's end. So we're going to continue this sentiment this week, in our opinion. We still have obviously a 320 price target for SPY. The fact that it just pretty much took back all of its losses from the beginning of the week and gained them all back, and it's kind of pressing reset from the previous week. We're looking to is just continue this move to the upside, because this obviously was just a complete manufactured move, which most of the moves are in the market. So moving forward, we're going to be bullish on the market not across the board. We're going to obviously take a step back with Roku, but we're going to talk about this a little bit. So let's kick off with Netflix here. Netflix obviously, sold off Monday, continued to sell off Tuesday, consolidated for a few days. Thursday found a little bit of support, and then Friday ripped up. So, that 300 bounce off of on Thursday was actually 299 change, but relatively say 300 ripped the upside. It's a very strong bullish move. So we're definitely going to be bullish for Netflix going in this week. We have obviously targets remain the same throughout the last couple of weeks. The pullback last week just gave us some opportunity to mitigate risk that much better. So we're continuing to be bullish for Netflix this week, and obviously needs to hold these levels. 300 obviously needs to get defended. We don't see it's going to come down to this level, but if it does and loses, then obviously the flush is in. But we definitely don't see that happening. Possibly a little pullback to the 304, 305 area. Before a nice rip to the upside. So we're looking for these for a solid move to the upside throughout the week with some random pullbacks here and there. MDA, we have a little bit sell off this morning pre-market. Again, just like everything else last week, sold off, found that support, and then bounced up. So pretty much, all securities that got taken out last week, just swallowed and gained all the losses back, and kind of where it was going into the beginning of last week. We still got a 222 price target on NVDA. It needs to definitely hold these levels to obviously push up to these elevated prices. 208 is going to be a number to risk off of. It's trading at 211 right now pre-market, but we're going to be looking to push this thing higher. If it comes down here and defends, then obviously we're going to put on some size and push to the upside. Roku, had that run obviously from Monday sell-off, ran up, and Thursday found its resistance, and then just started fading out Thursday and Friday. So it wasn't a very strong closing after the sell-off on Monday. So leading us to believe that you might have a little bit deeper pullback before moving forward, before maybe moving upwards. Excuse me. So this 140, 141 area right here is of interest for us. We're going to see how it reacts around this level. If obviously it holds nicely, then there's a level of risk off of it. If it starts to dance around, dips below, then we look for a flush to the low 130. So we're going to be bullish on Roku, but we need to see this thing, obviously curl in to the upside. But by the way, this is a 5-minute chart. I don't know if I told you guys yet, but yeah, we want to see this thing curl up, but it needs to defend this level right here. Shopify, look at this fucking move, huh? They're talking about, 65, 66 point move off of Monday's sell-off. This was a solid orchestrated move from the boys. I mean, this is obviously extreme panic, selling into the low of Monday, and then just had that solid bounce off around the 310 level and just ripped to the upside. So, the fact that this happened right at the bell put more scare into the market. If this happened pre-market is one thing, but this happened at the bell. So obviously, so everybody saw it. This was definitely a highly orchestrated move from the boys. So the fact that we see this, we're looking for is some more accumulation up here. Obviously, a lot of people fighting it up here. Some people took some nice shorts and cleaned house. Obviously, after it tapped up, put it in a lower high right here on this Thursday candle, excuse me, and then it sold off nicely into the lows of the week of that 360-ish level. So we're looking for this level to defend and break up to the upside. We're going to be strong bullish on Shopify into the rest of the year. Again, this level here needs to be defended. We don't think that it's going to have any problems with it. If it does, then you're going to see some flushing, but it's not what we're thinking. We're thinking it's going to, maybe tap around a little bit and then rip. But we're going to be patient with it, and whether it's going to be something we're going to hop in today or Tuesday, we're going to see how it's going to operate, how it's going to perform in the morning session. And once it rips, it's going to rip. So that's our opinion going into the session. Tesla dancing around. Obviously, it kind of avoided that sell-off on Monday. No one was really interested in that. Obviously, Streetwise sold off on Wednesday, excuse me. And then Thursday found that nice rip to the upside. So this was obviously a little bit of a fabrication. Couple days after the rest of the market did what it did. So, this is a nice bullish move. Obviously, as you can see, we want to see these levels defend going into the week, but we see this security pushing higher, obviously, after it defends. It kind of is doing the same thing what it did. Here, let's zoom out a little bit. Back here in the end of October, beginning of November. So we're seeing this kind of happen again. We want to see this consolidate a little bit more and kind of rip to the upside. So this move right here, it's pretty similar to the move over here. So, if we're looking big picture, that this thing is going to reach that 350, 360 again after it breaks the upside after last week's highs. And this is a trade desk. So as you can see, this is a 50-minute chart here. Trade desk, obviously, putting in that curl off its lows in the end of the week. That being said, it needs to kind of continue to prove itself to us, right? So it had a huge sell, as you can see, trade desk on Monday, putting in that scare in the market, dipped down. That 220 run was just absolutely perfect. We were talking about this with some of our students. The 220 was just a nice level to risk off of, and it was just a fantastic opportunity for us last week. So we're looking for this continuation. All right, you don't see this move with institutions going to be dumping shares. I mean, this is too high of a push to the upside to obviously dump shares onto the market. So obviously, all eyes are on this 265, 266, 267 level. But again, once it breaks this level to the upside from Friday's highs, we're looking to continuous push to the upside. So we're going to look for some moves around this level. Clearly needs to defend this level here, which we anticipate might dance around a little bit, maybe come down to around here, this level, and then rip up. If that's what we see, definitely going to put some size when it starts to crack above VWAP in today or Tuesday's session. So, obviously we're bullish across the board. We like how SPY kind of fought back and, reclaimed all its losses from the beginning of the week. Pretty much the rest of the market did the same. Across the board sector-wise, I think Fridays it was like a 10-1 bull split. Energy actually took top spot on the sector list, which was rare, obviously needed for the bulls in that sector. So, we're looking bullish. We're not stepping in anything early. We're waiting for obviously the dust to settle and these prices to prove itself that it's going to continue pushing higher. But we're going to be bullish this week, waiting for our opportunities to the upside. So that's what we got, guys. Going in, got a couple more weeks to go in December 2019. So let's wrap it up with a solid session. So be patient with your prices. Be patient with setups. As always, cut your losses if your stops get breached. Do not get married to any of these securities. Don't get emotional. If you're wrong, cut your losses. Take a step back, reevaluate your situation. If you're correct, hop back in. If not, move on. Right? Don't get emotionally attached to your securities, guys. Cut your losses quickly. All right? All right, guys. Any questions, reach out to us. Have a good one. Remember to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our trading videos.